Hello. My name is Celeste, but you can call me Eclipse Art. Today, I present you with a 15-minute video. Videos will be much longer from now on because let's be real, I don't post anywhere near enough to only be uploading 5-minute videos. This character in the speed paint, which isn't really very speedy, I had to slow it down to make it 15 minutes, but this character is a part of my story that's going to be called Thorn Willow. I just came up with that name on the spot. I was originally thinking of the name This Is Why I Don't Socialize because that name centers the character that I'm actually drawing in the background, but Thorn Willow I like more and it centers the other main character a little bit more. Let me tell you a little bit about this character. Her first name is Ruth. Her last name is Esther. She's 27. Her pronouns are she, her. Her height is 5'7", and she lives in the middle of the forest. For all you cottagecore girlies, you might be thinking, this sounds like a dream. It isn't. She has to walk 2 miles to get to her job in the city every single day. Well, not every single day, maybe like 5 or 6 days a week. And when I say she has to walk, I'm not kidding. She has to walk 2 miles to work with no online work, like no stay-at-home work, no Uber, no bike, no nothing. She has to legit walk 2 miles to do anything in the city. It's supposed to be this little comical thing that gets taken seriously later, but for now you can just laugh at her suffering. She's only 27, but I wanted to make her look older because she's supposed to be obviously tired. Like, imagine if you had to walk 2 miles just to get to work, and like you have to do that 5 or 6 days a week. Like, you would probably look a few years older than your actual age too. And some of you already do. No shade though. I want to mention some plot points, not only to fill up space because it's only been 2 minutes, but also because it's not going to really be a secret and I don't want to ruin theorability in the future, so I'm not going to be mentioning anything that people can theorize over, only the main plot points that won't be a secret. The first main plot point is comedy. Even when serious things happen, it won't be taken seriously and will be played off as a comedic effect, at least in the first season or the first few episodes. The only thing that's going to be reoccurring in these comedic episodes is some of the characters and Ruth trying to teach Willow, someone from the 1600s, how to function in modern day society without looking crazy. The next plot point is romance. This is a pretty slow burn, and right before things, hit the fan, that's when it's gonna reach its climax. But the progression will take on 3 different types of cliches perfectly melted together, or as close to perfect as I can get it. First cliche is enemies to lovers. That's because the first time these characters meet, it's because Willow breaks into Ruth's freaking house. So yeah, there's bound to be some tension. Then there's the dumb person that makes the smart person a little bit dumber, and the smart person that makes the dumb person a little bit smarter. The final trope is age gap, but it's not weird. It's not the weird kind. Like I said before, this character is 27. And the other main character is consciously 300 years old, but she's much older. She's been asleep, so that's how she was able to live so long, because something magical put her asleep. And I'm not going to reveal what it is, because there's going to be this big reveal at the end, but consciously, like, for years she's been conscious, it's 300, and her actual age that she's been alive is unknown, not even to me. I can't believe I've only been talking for 5 minutes. Somebody please help. I also want to mention that this is not for kids. This is supposed to be like one of those adult novels. It's not just not safe for work stuff. It handles like very heavy topics like death and grief, but for the most part, this series is just not for kids. The next main plot point is grief, because imagine if you suddenly fell asleep for God knows how many years, because I can't use map, and then suddenly you woke up in a futuristic world, and literally everything you knew and everyone you loved is gone. Like, beyond dead, like fossils at this point. Something to be studied. And she's basically the only living thing from that time period. That extremely scary and sad reality doesn't fully set in for her though. Not yet, at least. Oh, and death. Yeah, someone's gonna die. And I'm not gonna say who, but I don't know. It's probably gonna be a fan favorite. As if I have fans. I mean, a character created to be a fan favorite. Ugh, this is all I wrote in my script, but I guess I can just yap for the rest of the 10 minutes. So, one funny thing about this series, all the characters are based off of animals. I'm not a furry. And yeah, the main character, the one I'm drawing in the background, is based off of a deer, which you probably couldn't tell because I'm really bad at portraying things. But hey, for the real ones who could tell, I love you. I love you. I was originally considering giving Ruth vitiligo, because if you've ever seen a deer, you see that they're brown with white spots and white legs and arms. Well, I mean, I guess it's just legs, I guess. I don't know animals, but yeah. And it would have really been a fun and representative idea, but the thing is, I've got to animate that frame for frame. I've got to animate exactly how her vitiligo works. Every single frame. I'm not going to say I don't want to do that, but it sounds like a lot of work. So maybe one day I will. And when I write a book, I'll probably write her with vitiligo, but in this picture, she doesn't have it. It really doesn't look like it, but can I tell you guys, I deadass spent 23 hours on this one picture. And I don't know how to feel about it. Sorry if you can hear my cat, he's messing with stuff in the background. But while we're on the topic of yapping, I want to mention that my channel is for more mature audiences. It's not going to be like super explicit or anything, but it is, my channel will dive into things like trauma and other heavy topics that aren't suited for people under the age of 16. I do have family-friendly stories, but this story that this character is a part of in particular is not one of those. It is an adult romance, and it's not R-rated in the way that Rick and Morty and Hazbin Hotel and Hello Boss is, but it is for more mature audience with a higher comprehension skill. And oh my god, look at how dead she looked with that dark ass shade of blue. Boy, I've never had to talk for this long, so I honestly don't know what to say. Maybe I should have just extended to 10 minutes instead of going all the way to 15. I can't wait to get an audience, so I don't have to think. I can just do whatever the people demand. I guess the reason I'm struggling so much is because I didn't pick a topic that like has a lot going for it, like a specific topic that people would go for. I just was like, okay, I'm gonna talk about my character for 15 minutes, and then come to realize it literally only takes 5 minutes to talk about my character. I don't know. Maybe next video I'll have something cool going on with the art community to discuss, but I am working on a collab with one of my friends, Tater, so that's gonna be fun. That video is gonna be more for my enjoyment than it is, to get views and stuff. But I feel like I've done enough hitting that 10-minute mark for talking, so how about you spend this next 5 minutes just enjoying the video.